Buongiorno, fisher people. Good morning. I'm Alan Norris from FishOn TV, and it is Tuesday, the 11th of May. And with it being a Tuesday, you are joining me at the wonderful Woodhouse Grange Fisheries, aka Millionaire Mix, for the Old Boys fishing match. And we are on Laurel's Pond. So there's 22 of us today, so quite a full pond. Really looking forward to it. It's a respectable 8 degrees. It's supposed to be, there's a bit of a breeze, looking at it, there's a bit of a breeze left to right, slightly going into the corner, but not too bad. Expecting a bit of rain about 1 o'clock, so it'll be broken sunshine and rain, so not a too bad day at all. At all. So yeah, looking forward to it today, to see all the lads again. I've just pulled up, I've arrived here at 7 o'clock. Just going to do some pegging, get that all sorted, get myself organised, and then line them up and get the draw done. So yes, looking forward to it. So great timing, like I said on the last video, I am fishing here in the open match, and it is also my second round of the Super Cup against Lee Scarborough. So a little cheeky practice, as they would say. So yeah, Tuesday, big smile on my face, always got a smile on my face, can't wait. No alarm clock this morning, wide awake at 5:30. Giddy little kipper, that's all I can say. So let me get out there, get it pegged out, and well, you won't see me at the draw because there's no point with the draws just yet until things relax a little bit more, and then we can have a bit of a crack with the draw. See the lovely horrible bloke either cheering or moaning about where he's drawn. So he's told me to get ready today. He says, I draw well today, you're having it. So he's up for it today. He wanted a quid on it, so I said, why not just make it a ton? He went, we'll have a ton on it then. I said, no, double it up, let's make it 200 quid. Right then, we'll have 200 quid on it. I said, I know what's going to happen though, Soz. If I start emptying it, your van's going to be taking off, isn't it? He went, too right it is. So we shall see. Even Jeff's challenged me today. Bomb. Challenge you to a bomb competition. We'll see who gets most. He said, me on bomb, you want method. How can you keep track of that? I don't know. Anyway, they're all up for it. You can tell they've still got some of that fighting spirit. Come on, let's get stuck in. Right, let me get the draw done instead of rabbiting on. We shall see you. Well, I'll let you know what peg I've drawn. Right then, folks, I've drawn peg 39. I've got Mark and my old mate Jeff to my left. There we go, look. And two. I've got Barry and Frank and Ringer and Bob. The horrible, lovely horrible bloke himself's over there on peg 19. He's not very happy. And we've got the Maggot Man and the Pace Man at the side of me. Some right pressure on today. Some proper competition. Right, peg 39. I haven't got the island chuck. As much as I've tried telling Maggot Man it were mine, he's saying no it ain't, so I best give him that answer. But no, I ain't got an island chuck. I'll show you in a minute. I'll turn you around, let you have a look at the peg. It's pretty much open water, so here we go. Right, plan of attack. Top 2 and 3 down here, but I'm also going to be feeding 4 mils for shallow. I've got a mugging rig and a shallow rig set up, which I'm going to target at 13 or 14 metres out there. I've not set the pellet waggler up today, and I've gone long on the method feeder. It's hard to see because it's small as this camera. Small on the method feeder further out there, so sort of in the middle of the lake. They're the tactics. I'm going to keep it as simple as that. I've got some nice little margins. Nice little margin down here. And a nice little margin down here. Pretty much the same depth. I think there's about 3 inches in it. So I've got my stocks to mark up. Gone for the shallow one first. Move it up to the stocks. I know it's only 3 inch then. So, and I can leave a shot at the bottom of my float if I want to go back to the marker when so you're only using 1 rig basically. They're the tactics. I'm going to keep it as simple as that. We're expecting a bit of rain. I'm going to give, well, I've done alright on method here, so I'm going to give this sort of 15 minutes. There's a few lads started short, I think the Maggot Man's had one, and Mark's had one or two small F1s. So what I'm going to be doing, I'm going to see if I can bring those F1s shallow, and hopefully the bigger carp later on at 13 or 14 metres, which is what happened last time, but it was a lot warmer day than it is today. But we'll see how we get on. My next check-in will be 1 hour, so it gives my microphone batteries a good 5 hours. It does say 6 hours, but it's pushing it a little bit there. So see you in about an hour, see how we've got on. Right folks, we are, what time we start? We're 2 hours in, and I've only had 2 bites. Not looking good. I've started on the method long. I had a carp off there. I'll feed in short down here. I'm hoping there'll be shallow. There's a lot of F1s in here. I'm hoping there might be shallow. I had nothing. I've gone on the deck. Should have probably done it the other way around maybe, but I was confident we'd get him shallow today. But Mark started on the deck at the side of me, and he's had quite a few. He's probably got about, what you got, about 20 poundish? Be about 20 pounds. Small F1s, few carp. It's got to be around 20 pound mark. I've got 6, I think. I think Mark's probably winning it. I've not seen anybody catching too much at all. Just looking around, it's quiet. I was also feeding a 13 to 14 metre line for me shallow rig on the pole. I really did think we'd have some shallow today, and I've just had a good half hour or so on it. And I foul hooked one, lifting it back up, and that pulled out. Jeff's had a couple. There's just been Maggot Man had a couple of smaller ones to start with right from the off. I've even put lighter hook length, smaller hook on the short line, and I had no indications whatsoever. I tried the mugging rig and just flicked it about in different places beyond my pole just to see if there's something, whether the pellets have put them off the noise, which it has been doing of late, but I really did think we'd have some shallow today. It's perfect for it, but it's just not happening. I've just gone over with the bomb over the 13-14 metre line, that area. I've had one little liner, no knocks. That's pretty much it. I think Bob's had a few. Yeah, Bob over there's had a few. I said it were Ringer over there to my left, it isn't, it's Franny. Ringer's down here to the right. But it's hard work. I wanted to try a few things. I really did. I mainly got all the shallow rigs out because I thought if I can catch shallow on Sunday when I come back on Sunday, I'll know for certain. But I think looking at what's happening, I think starting on the deck being negative, that negative approach is probably the best approach at the minute. I might have ruined it by throwing sort of that many pellets out. I won't say loads and loads and loads, but I've been doing it every couple of minutes. Oh, a little tap. There's a little F1-y, breamy type tap. I've got a 6mm pellet on the bomb, that's what I've been feeding for the shallow rig. It looks as if I just keep getting a little tap, whether it's just small fish swimming past, I don't know. But yeah, it's not looking great, but I remember the last time I came onto this pond, it was difficult to start with, but I had more fish than this. At least I was catching up near the islands. I've no island in front of me, but I'm pretty confident if I were dropping it quite close to the island with a method feed, I'm pretty sure I'd be catching there. The Maggot Man, I admit he's not the best of casters as far as accuracy goes, but he's had one out there. But it's tough, so there's not a great deal to report. One on the method feeder, one on the short line. I had 2 indications shallow, and I persevered with it for a good half hour or so. Maybe a bit longer. I didn't realise we were 2 hours in. I might have had to go for an hour on it. So I did try the traditional shallow rig and the mugging rig. I had an indication on both, but no positive bites. I mean, usually on the rigs that I've got set up, they're quite positive at the bites, so it's not happened. But I'll keep feeding that 13 metre line. I'll give it another try a little bit later on, because they can just switch on shallow, you just never know. They did last time I were here. I think I had a really good hour the last time I was fishing where Maggot Man is actually. I caught them all shallow at 14 metres in the last hour and a half. So, but it is going to rain, so whether that's a bit of a downer for the shallow rigs, don't know. I thought I'd give you an update, let you know as we go along. Right, did get my pellet waggler out, and I've had about 5 or 10 minutes on it and it's gone under. I missed a bite earlier. I've got a feeling it's an F1. Damn it. That Mark's been catching again. He's tried on his margin, which, you know, surprising. He's going in that early in the margin, but he's had a couple, and I've just noticed there is 1 or 2 now. I've just started to see 1 or 2 knocking about. So, how the heck is that going? I've just had the bottle rolling and I get it right over and out. Let's feather it down so pellet drops beyond it. Just wait while that settles. Sometimes that can go on the plop. It's just gone really still, so I'll not twitch it yet. Just get this bottle out that blew in. But yeah, I'm hoping that one to be a decent sized carp, but an F1. Oh, those pellets went exactly where they wanted to go, not where I wanted them to go. So just short, reel it in towards the pellets, and then I had a bite. I have seen 1 or 2 just mulling about. Just keep putting 1 or 2 on the 13-14 metre line. Not seen a lot, but I've just started to see 1 or 2. A couple of lots. I'll reel that in towards those. Twitch. As far as I want to go, but it is a game of patience. So you've got to keep busy, keep going in and out, and hopefully something will take it. But everybody's struggling for bites. Except Mark. Mark's winning it easy, I would have thought. There we go, a little twitch. I think it's another F1. And I've had nothing shallow apart from on this. I just thought I saw 1 or 2 further out. I thought, well, I've got to have a go with Waggler. It'd be crazy not to win behind. But I was hoping I was going to be catching F1s just in front of me, shallow, and at 13 or 14 metres. Oh, that was lucky. Hooks just pulled out. Just a baby F1. That's pretty much what I'm doing. I'll put my weight in. So I've only got about £9 and struggling really, so oh, I've got a pellet on already, that's okay. I'll get back out there and do pretty much the same. to settle. It wasn't a line puller, the float just went under. Typical F1 type of thing, so we'll sink that line now. Just watch it before I cast out. You usually get a bite on the twitch. And then a few more pellets. Pull that in towards them. And that's the routine that I use. Oh, and there's a mugger there, look. Yeah, it's a nice carp, is that, so the mugging rig could be out any time now. Well, I'll have a go with this one. I keep feeding 1 or 2 pellets on my 13 metre line. Right. That's your update. Over and out. Right, folks. Only a couple of hours left or so, 2.5 hours. Mark Wakefield at Sidon is emptying it. He's been catching all day. And he's one section further out than me, so something I can take on board for Sunday. I've been on my short line for a while, and it's the first indication I've had. I had nothing shallow. I went back out on, there were a few fish mooching about, tried mugging. I never had a touch shallow at all. Left one about 2.5 pounds, maybe 3 pound. I was tapping 4mm pellets in, so I think definitely that's got to be the way. I think that's pretty much what Mark's doing on 4mm pellets. Just looking at his rig and everything, it looks very similar to what I'm doing. You've got to notice these things, so at least it'll give me some idea, hopefully. Whether it's just at the balled up where he is, I don't know. He's getting quite a few fish in his, don't matter where he's gone, margins he's had a few. And just top 2 and 4, you can catch him pretty much consistent all day. So I think that's the way forward. I had a little indication before that bite, so I'm going to go back out there. I've got my marker. And we're on a slope, it slopes away. I'll tap my pellets in there. Just lift it up and swing it into that slope. There we go, dotted right down. They're only tiny little bites. And I think it's about to rain. So I've got a black tip on as well, with it being white over here, black tip, I can see it perfect. It just looks like a couple of stops sticking out. The F1s, they are tiny little bites. Ooh, the wind's getting up a bit now. It's not quite right, that. See if you can get on while you're on. Not promising because it's been difficult. But yeah, everything I've tried shallow's definitely not worked today, apart from a few at range on the waggler. And I was hoping for carp, but there were F1s. There's hardly any of my floats showing now this breeze has turned up. It's not quite been this strong all day. Just lift it up again. It's just telling me that it's probably just trying to tow a little bit on the bottom, which is just pull the float slightly lower. I had it dotted right down as it was. Oh, didn't realise you'd spun round. Right. Well, talking to you and wind's blown the leg around. I'm going to have to tighten that leg up a little bit. And this feels like it's either foul hooked or it's a decent fish. Same line, short line. Oh, it's just an angry, just an F1 on steroids. That's a mirror carp. Trying to rush it in, there's no point because I'm not going to get enough bites. Like I say, I scaled me. We don't want it in there. Wanting to go to these reeds to my left.
Haven't you been, Kev?
£3.5 poundish. £3 we'll give him. Got a decent battle up. Oh dear. It's gone through him and into the net. Right. We'll have to concentrate and get that off. It's before it jumps about and gets me in a tangle. Can't even see the hook. Right, I'll get back to you. My band's come off, I can't see hook. Jeff started catching in his margins. He's had a few now, a few nice ones. I've been getting a few little strange taps and then I've just hooked into this. But Jeff's just lost his. Mark's into a nice one. Oh no, gently does it and it came in. It's not a bad fish that at all. At all. Yeah, he got to be about £5 or £6, so we're happy with that. But I'm miles behind. I've struggled. But Mark's got a carp as well. He's just said that the carp seemed to have moved in. And I'd been getting all these strange little taps and then it went under. And then I've just got a mighty carp. So, but I'm only up to £21, which is pretty poor. I really struggled, mate. Having said that, I was trying a lot with the sheller. I wanted to see if it worked, testing a few things, and I think this, today anyway, is the way forward. So, they're the tactics I'll be using on Sunday. I actually put a right little, that little bit of micros in that time, a little tight ball. I'm not going to do it this time. Just wondering if that brought the little ones or has that brought the carp. You just don't know, do you? But I might put some of that in every now and again. I've put a little bit bait in my margins. Just dunk those. Jeff's catching his margins, but he has got all the corners to himself. So that's where I'll be going next. There's 2 hours to go. Desperately need a great finish. But it has, a lot of people have struggled, but 1 or 2 are catching now. Oh, we just blow that away. Just let that settle down. And Bob's still catching quite well. There we go. Ooh, little tap straight away.
So beyond where I'm fishing, lift it up, let it swing into that slope, and hopefully we end up with a tight arc. I think Jamie Hughes has gone over that a million times, and it is right. You want it as tight as you can, direct to your hook. Wait for that little dink and hook into a mighty fish. See if we can get one while you're on. I have been having to wait quite a bit for bites, but I had a little bite there. The maggot man's in, and he tells me, does the maggot man, he's not using maggots, he's using pellet. Oh, he's got a beast. Well done, the maggot man.
Well done, the maggot man, eh?
Pellet maggot man.
Pellet maggot man.
The pellet maggot man. He's blaming me for all his mates calling him the maggot man now. Hey, brilliant. Right. It doesn't look like it's going to go under while you're on. So we'll give you some updates as we go along. All that bloody mugging I've done, nothing. I missed a bite, lowered it back in, and boom, it took it literally instantly. Light gear. And Jeff lost one. Mark's just said, he says it's not that big, he just had a right monster. About 8 or 10 pound. God knows what a big one is to him then. Crikey. I need to disgorge you there. Well, I thought that was going to be bigger than what it is. It's about 3 pound. Oh, barbless hooks, and this is, it just won't come out. There we go. 3 or 4 pound, so nowhere near Mark, because Mark's actually catching some nice carp now. He's doing well, his lad, so just got to persevere. Hope some hunters turn up in the margins and keep banging that weight up. So Bob's going to take some catching. And Jeff, actually, I think Jeff said, I don't know how many Jeff's actually had, but I know he's been catching some decent ones in the margin anyway. So, right, let's get back in. Well, Mark's just had another one, another nice carp. He reckons he's got about 50 or 60. I think he's definitely got that, without a shadow. I've got 24 plus this one if I can get it in. So I'm miles behind. This was the next put in after the last fish. I'm guessing it's another carp or a big F1. And I just, like I say, I scaled right down. So I've not got bullying gear on because everybody were catching F1s, so when I say I scaled down, I've gone to an 18 and 013 bottom. Is that making the difference, or have they just started feeding here? You just don't know, do you? I can't give it too much stick. The maggot man's calling me a mighty fisherman because I've got one on. But I'm not saying too much because I don't want to lose it, do we? He's got another F1 as Mark. He's just been catching all day. He's gone from big to small, he says. Well, he's taking some there. It won't get its head up, will it? I'll try the it thinks it's got away tactic. Oh no, it's still going. What they tend to do, I've mentioned it loads of times, as soon as you start lifting on a carp and they bang their heads down and come back in again. And go back down again, should I say. It's just not having it at all. At all. Okay. Not even that big. It'll fit. Well, like I say, I'm not bullying him in at all. Bottom lip, so I'm happy with that. Oh, is it bottom lip? I'm not sure. It should be top lip, shouldn't it, really? Yeah, I suppose it should. Right. So I'll put another £4 on for that. I'll put it up to 28. We're sneaking up. Right, I had a quick look at my margin. And I wanted to see if I could catch an 8mm pellet, because when I've fished here before on corn, I've got pestered with bits. I didn't have any bites on it, but I knew there were fish there, so I've just air rigged a couple of pieces of corn, and it literally went under as soon as it went in. So I'm hoping it's a decent sized fish. What have we got left? I've not done the fishing, so we've got an hour and 15 minutes. And there's one or two fish being caught. The maggot man, he's been in a mega snag as well. He had a big one on and got snagged. It's not a massive fish, but it's not... it's an angry F1. There's no wonder it's angry. It's caught it in eye, I think, or near eye. But yeah, there we go. F1. Right, let's get back in the margin. I'm going to absolutely sile it down with the look of it. I've been at my margins, I've had a few fish out of my margins, but it's just died to death. You don't seem to be taking it. I've noticed one or two lads are getting them, like just a couple of metres in front. Maggot man's getting a few there. And I've got about 32 pound, and I have struggled today. But market side of Mark Wakefield, he's emptied it. I think he's won it. I think he's won it easy, to be fair. I've just come back on my short line. Just had a little F1. Just thought I'd give you a quick update, because I might not be able to get any footage with the amount of rain that it looks like it's going to give us. But yeah, when I started catching here, I thought, oh, nice one, and then it went a little bit funny, so I had to have a go in my margins, because Jeff was starting to get a few in margins. He's lost about 4 or 5, as Jeff. They've been giving him some right stick. Poor old lad. I bet he's dropped about 30 pound off. So I just thought I'd go back on this. I've put a little bit of bait down in my margins. Might give it another go, but it's, I don't know, I've had nothing big out of the margins. Just seems a little bit funny. There's definitely fish knocking about, but I do think they're F1s that are knocking about with the kind of bites that I've been getting. I've not seen any bow waves, big swirls or anything like that, but as you can see now, I've had my shirt on all day. I'm starting to shiver a little bit here. I think it could be jumper and jacket on. Yeah, it's been a funny day for most. Apart from Mark, he's been steady all day as Mark, and Bob. Kev the paceman's foul-hooked one. So I don't know how they've gone on other pegs. I mean, there's some great pegs over there in corner 16 and 17. They can produce a few fish. So I don't know. That's Tony Glow. Don't know how they're gone on down over there. Can't really see them. I think most of us have struggled a little bit, to be fair. So that's your update. It will probably be the weighing next, and Mark's just into another one. And like I say, he's literally just catching just here. Right, over and out. The rain's just starting, and I've gone back in the margin. I've just changed to a slightly smaller hook, and a 6mm pellet, and double corn and 8mm pellet, and it's gone straight under. But I have rested it a little bit, so this is what happened when I first went in my margin. A decent size F1. We can't complain at that. Just stay still, stay still. Ooh. Here they do some wriggling about. Right, 30, 3.5 pounder, £3-ish. So that puts me up to about 40 pound. Nearly 40 pound. Not far off 40 pound anyway. As you can see, I'm going to have to protect my camera now with the microphone being on. It's not protected, so that'll be it until the weigh-in's. About half an hour to go. See you in a bit.
Right then, fishy people, all weighed in. Goodness me. When I said it was going to rain, I didn't think it was going to rain like that. Thunder and lightning. Thunder and lightning. Frightening. Song in it, yeah. Anyway, absolutely drenched, and I'm a bit fed up because one thing I do hate, excuse me, one thing I do hate is drying your gear out. I've tried to try it best I can, but even with towels, I've got about 3 or 4 towels, they were wet through, and it just came when there was like half an hour, 40 minutes to go, and it absolutely sailed it down. Unbelievable. It's just, well, in fact, no, actually, I'm dry. I thought it had gone through to me trousers. It was that heavy. Didn't put the brolly up because I did want to catch a few fish. I was miles behind. I knew I was miles behind, and it was ridiculous. Just looked like I dived in. Absolutely drenched. Anyway, that's my little moan about the weather, and you won't believe it now, back in my t-shirt, and it's alright. Looks like it might start raining a little bit, but they didn't predict that. They predicted just light showers, but God, but if that's a light shower, I can't wait till it rains. Absolutely drenched me. What funny. Well, it wasn't funny now, but anyway, my fishing today, as you know, it's been a good little feel me way in match for the Super Cup on Sunday. I'm fishing the open match here, and I'm fishing against Lee Scard. I think I mentioned it a few times in the Super Cup round 2. I've drawn peg 39. Never fished that particular spot where the Maggot Man was. I've fished there, and I've done okay there. I've done very well, in fact, there. In fact, I think I should have won the match there. I think that's one of the days where I had to chuck one of my nets back because I went over the net limit like an idiot, and Soz loved it. So peg 39, no island to chuck to, open water. I really did want to practice some shallow fishing today. There's plenty of F1s in here, plenty of nice carp. I really did think I would be catching shallow today, and I gave it probably too long, considering I was in a match trying to win. I should have made a change a little bit quicker, but I persevered with it. I think I was at least 2 hours in, and I've not had a thing. I did, however, as you saw, I started started on the method feeder while I chat with you. I think I had a carp and an F1, and then I went on my short line. I think I had a couple, but not, I think, was it 1 or 2, and not a lot happening really, and it was really frustrating. The only thing I can think of is, with me putting a few pellets in to try and bring them up a little bit, whether I've fed too much bait, I don't know, because I noticed Mark to my left has just been tapping in all day, and he's been pretty much catching all day. He's fished a tidy match, which is the way I've been pretty much starting all my matches, a little bit negative, feel your way in and see what's happening. I've gone a little bit gun-ho, I think, wanting to get them up, but it's failed, it's not worked. Not seen too many muggers. I did see 1 or 2. I foul-hooked one, and even though I did try mugging for a while as well, when I saw 1 or 2, I never hooked into one. The only one that I did mug by accident was lowering my short rig in, and it took it straight away, and off it went. And I think I've got a bit of footage of that. I mean, you would never set a mugging rig up like the way that my deck rig was, but it worked. I got one. I didn't mean to catch it, and there you go. So I ended up going back on the short line, had a few there in the end, had a few on the pellet waggler, really struggling, and then Jeff started catching 1 or 2 in his margins, So time to feed the margins, and so did Bob and so did Graham. We're looking around, most people starting to catch short. Again, be aware what's happening around you. Something that all the top guys do, and it's quite easy to forget to do it when you're just concentrating on your own little thing. There's nothing wrong with that, but if you're not catching, you need to have a look, see what other people are doing. I do keep mentioning it because one of my viewers said to concentrate on your own fishing. Yes, well I do. It's very important to be aware what's happening around you as well. So that's why I do mention it. Plus it gives you guys a bit of info on what's happening around in the match as well. Right at the end, I went into the margins. I didn't get any footage of that because it was ridiculous. I really did feel like just packing up and chucking everything in my van. It was that bad. But no, I stuck it out and I've put a few pound in in my net. I also started with a bigger hook, bigger bait, because I have been pestered to death in here with small fish in the margins. That didn't work, so I scaled down to a smaller hook, smaller pellet, and it worked a treat. So something in the bank for Sunday there. So two things I've learned. A little bit negative to start with. Start top 3 or top 4, top 2 and 4 or top 2 and 3. Little mozzie, I don't want that biting me. And just be a little bit patient with that. The cart moved in later on that line, so that's in the bank as well. And just scale down a little bit in the margins, and it did work a treat, and don't overfeed. It did seem to work a treat. So there are a couple of things that are there, but I mean, it could be a different day Sunday. If I see somebody catching shallow and I think that's working, obviously I'm going to have those, a couple of shallow rigs. I'll have a shallow rig and a mugging rig set up. Don't think I'll bother with the F1 rigs. Just didn't seem to quite work. Depends on the weather and see what I think. Right, let's get on to the results. Enough of me babbling on. In 4th place, with a mighty comeback, because I was really struggling, bloody mozzie, with £46.24, just in the money, me. So what a mighty fisherman I am. Well done me. In 3rd place, my amount of times he's in the money, it's good to see. It just shows you the quality of the angler. Bob Huntington, Bobber Bag, as Scoey calls him, with £59.80. Don't forget, folks, digital scales, measured in 100ths. So what a mighty fisherman you are, Bob. Well done, son. In 2nd place, the mighty fisherman Graham Scotty as we call him, with £61.32. Again, a big surge in the margins at the end. But the consistent fisherman today has been catching all day. I wouldn't say prolifically, but just steady away all day. He stuck it out, tapping his pellets in, few in the margins at the end. £65.64 is Mark Wakefield. So well done, Mark. What a mighty fisherman you are. Well done, son. You are this week's old boy mighty fisherman. Right, next week we're all about booking Bank End. I know I've been rabbiting on. Probably Bank End Match Lake. I hope you've enjoyed today's video. It didn't feel like I was going to get much footage to start with, but there you go. And if you do enjoy my videos, folks, don't forget it's a freebie to subscribe. Absolutely zero. It costs zero. So if you haven't already subscribed, click the subscribe button. If you click the notification bell, you will get all our videos as we upload them, and a thumbs up would be very, very nice. So there you go. I hope you've enjoyed it. Thanks for watching. We shall see you. Oh no, you will see me. I'm going to record it here again on this lake in the Super Cup round 2 against Lee Scarborough in the Woodhouse Grange Open match. So looking forward to that. Until then, we shall see you on the bank Sunday. Thanks for watching.